All right, folks. Excellent victory by the Vols. Joey Aguilar. Good grief. Did he play well? You wait till you see his stats. And we didn't even try in the fourth quarter. That's the important part. Man, I'm telling you, he could have had 500 yards throwing the ball. I miss Nico so much, don't you? Oh, man. Woo! That was a nice win. God, we scored so many points. Our defense is not happy with our defense, but our offense is fantastic. Joey played great. The wide receivers, I don't think they dropped a ball that I could see, and they've been dropping balls all year. Not tonight. They were catching them like crazy. Woo, man. That was just excellent. Let's take a look-see at this ball game. And we'll see what Tennessee did. Joey had to be close to 400 or more. See what he did. He struggled. 20 for 26 for 396 yards and 3 touchdowns. God, I miss Nico. Man, I'm telling you, I know all y'all do. And we let him go. We should have given him the $4 million, don't you think? Instead of giving $1 million to Joey. Wow. Look at those. These numbers are disgusting. And this is Kentucky, okay? This is not Little Sisters of the Poor. They usually have a good defense. Cutter Boley, he did everything he could do. He carved our defense up big time, but our defense did score a touchdown for us, which was huge. And we got a little soft there at the second half when we got ahead. But anyway, Joey just killed it. Let's see. Chris Brazil had a great game, 138 yards. Let me look at the team stats. Get us a clue here. 500 yards for us. They had 492. Our defense has got to pick up, man. We're not running the ball like we should. We got rich people problems, folks. When you win by that many points and you're upset. But anyway, it's Kentucky. So you got to keep that in mind. They've not won a game in the SEC in over a year. They went 1-7 last year. I guess they're 0-5 now. So they got basketball coming, though. They beat Purdue. That's what they care about. They beat the number 1 team in the country in the exhibition. That's what they care about. That's what they're happy about. Got a lot of folks here in the comment section. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see. Yeah, no kidding. You and me both, Matt. That was huge. It was nice to score all those plays. Didn't that remind you of 2022? Hendon Hooker? That was a Hendon Hooker performance, man. Almost 400 yards. He could have easily had 400 if he wanted to. We just took the pedal off the metal and the thing to the floor. What's that movie from? That was great. Yeah, we do have – look, everybody's got a lot of injuries, so do we. It's just most of ours are on defense. And it's showing up big time. Losing Arian Carter didn't help. God, our three of our best defensive players are on the bench, folks. The 2 corners and then the middle linebacker is just – they're making us look foolish out there a little bit. Smokey and the Bandit. You got it, Mitch. Smokey and the Bandit. The pedal to the metal and the thing to the floor. Oh, man. Let's look at these numbers again. Take a little further look-see here. First down's about the same. Those turnovers killed them. They lost 2 fumbles. That was huge. Interception, 2. Time possession, they had more. That always happens. We're so fast. Total plays, etc. We just burned them up, though. Joey played great. Look at all that scoring. 21 in the first quarter, 14. That's where we ended it right here. That touchdown at the end of the second quarter, that destroyed their momentum. They had gone from 21 down to 7 down, and then we scored that end in the second quarter. That was a monster touchdown, and then 2 straight in the third quarter and ended them. I don't know why they went for 2 after they scored that touchdown in the third quarter. I didn't really understand that. I guess mathematically maybe that made sense. Didn't seem to. Woo, man. I'm worried about our deep. If we had this offense with last year's defense, I don't think we'd lose a ball game in the regular season anyway, going into the playoff. But It is what it is. Sometimes your offense is good. Sometimes your defense is good. But it was great to see all that scoring. Yeah, 56 points. And we could have scored 63. We could have scored 70 if we wanted to. We took the pedal down. My picks, I think they're going to be just okay. I'm probably down the middle. I've had some winners. I got the Auburn win. Even though I got the Ole Miss wrong, I was okay with Ole Miss winning that game because that makes it harder for Florida to get Lane Kiffin. And Florida wants Lane Kiffin. So I was willing to let him win as long as he stays at Ole Miss. I think he needs to stay there and not go to Florida. Let's see what y'all are thinking. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got to win out. There's no question. We cannot have another loss. We got to beat Oklahoma here, which I think is doable here. I think if we had to go to Oklahoma, it'd be very difficult because they got a great defense and they got Mateer. Then we got to beat Florida at the Swamp, something we've not done in 20-plus years, folks. Just saying. And then we got to beat Vanderbilt. We got to beat Diego. The Heisman man. He's Mr. Heisman. I would vote for him for Heisman right now. I would. God, I cannot believe Diego. They're 7-1, folks. Vanderbilt's 7-1. How is that possible? Here's Diego.
Roadhouse.
He is Roadhouse. I'll tell you who else is Roadhouse is Joey Aguilar. He's got ice water in his veins. How many times tonight did they try to make a game out of it? And he said, nope, you won't. Nope, you won't. He didn't care. He just didn't care. It was great. I loved it. That was so awesome. That was Hendon Hooker right there. That was amazing. I loved it. Let's see. Let me get back into the comments here. Look, that guy plays like a madman. I'm sure can he stay uninjured the whole rest of the year? I don't know. Diego's plays so rough. I'm sure Nick Roush will have something to say about this. Probably not a lot, though. I don't think you'll see him rant like he did the last time. Yeah, we need help on the defense. I couldn't agree more, Larry. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's hard to get mad at Vandy. Honestly, it is. They've been the cellar dwellers forever. Last time they were any good, James Franklin was there, and that was 13 years ago. So I don't expect him to go in the draft. I think he's going to come back for another year, folks. I've been telling y'all that, Terry. Do not expect him to go in the draft because he's going to come back to Tennessee. I've explained to you he's only played 3 years in Division I. Those JUCO years, I'll bet you they're not going to count. All he's got to do is sue. Diego got it. Diego got it done. Just saying. Don't be surprised if Joey isn't our play caller next year. Don't be surprised. You heard it here first about 6-7 months ago. I've been studying this stuff. Doesn't mean I can guarantee it. I'm just saying. I think I did okay on my picks, actually. Somebody was asking about that. I think I did okay. I can see some wins in there. I can see some wins. God, South Carolina had Alabama by the throat. And then they give up the 8 points and then the fumble. Ugh. That was sick. Now let's pull up the college games and kind of take a look-see at them and see what's going on. College football games. Football. All right. Hey, you know what? That UNC game is pretty interesting. He almost won a game. Boy, Jordan would have been happy. Might have given him a break. Let's see here. Memphis beat Southern Florida. That's surprising. This is the monster game for Florida. Florida was rooting against Ole Miss so bad. They want him out of the playoff so they can try to woo him with their ways, which is not going to happen. Let's see. Indiana beat the oh, my gosh. UCLA, 6 points. Woo! Man. Nico. Boy, I miss Nico, don't you? This is Alabama escaped. This Georgia Tech's for real. Look at this, 41-16. They're for real, folks. Vanderbilt beats Missouri. I picked Vanderbilt. I'm not shocked by that. And then Mississippi State, what a disappointment. Oh, what a disappointment. You had them beat Mississippi State. You had them. What are you doing? You were up by 17 in the fourth quarter and you lose. Miami beat the crap out of Stanford. Texas A&M beat the crap out of LSU at LSU, folks. At LSU. Michigan, 11 over Michigan State. Let's see. Tennessee boat raced Kentucky. So, and there you go. I couldn't be more pleased with the offense. I couldn't. I was concerned without having Arian in there because, I mean, he's our leader on defense. We've got 3 starters out. That's no bueno. And more than that, really, because the defensive line's banged up too. Yeah, I definitely got my points against UCLA. I had a feeling Indiana would whoop up on them, but I didn't think it was going to be that bad. 56-6 is terrible. Ugh. No, I don't think they'll fire Kelly because he's only got 3 losses. It'd be kind of hard to fire him right now. He's 5-3. I will tell you this: they are extremely unhappy. I mean, they couldn't be more unhappy. Woo. Here's what they want Brian Kelly to do.
Just walk away.
Yeah, they want him gone. They would love for him to be gone. But they'd owe him about $50 million, so he's 5-3. And he's got that great Cajun accent. They loved Kentucky's uniforms. They were nice. They should, but they probably won't. They owe him $37 million. And it's not his fault that they're not very good because all the money goes to basketball. All the money goes to basketball, folks. All of it. They're spending $20 million on their basketball roster this year. They just beat Purdue in exhibition. They're going to be really good. I told you when they brought in that damn Mark Pope that he was a good coach, and he loves Kentucky. They're going to be happy in about a month or two when they get this football out of the way. It's going to be rough next few weeks for them, though. I'm afraid. I don't know. They'll have like one win. I think they've got one little Tennessee Tech or something they're playing. Yeah, well, they've already extended him. He's up there for the next 4 years, maybe 5. I think he's got 5 years left on his contract. They need to give him some money. Give him some money. No. And I had picked them to win by a bunch, and it's hard. I'm telling you, the guys in Vegas, they're good on those spreads. Congratulations, you beat the worst coach team in the country. I don't know if it's the worst coach team. They're limited in talent. I thought Cutter Boley played really well. Now, he was a 4-star that's starting to come along. I mean, he's really improved. God, he was terrible at the first of the year when he first started, when he took over for Zach Calzada, but he's coming on. He was a big-time 4-star in high school. I thought it was going to be next year before he started really showing up, but I thought he played really well. He gives them a chance. It's just they don't have a lot of weapons. They lost a lot of really good players that left them over money. They just couldn't pay them. So they did the best they could. That's just the best they can do. I mean, it is what it is. And plus, Tennessee's kind of had their number. There are some teams that just have other teams' numbers. Unfortunately, we've had some that have had ours. Josh has broken several of those streaks, though. So, yeah, but see, that doggone Texas. Joey, what are you doing chiming in? You should be down there talking to your team. Look at him. He must be watching the show. Yeah, they don't have any money, Jeffrey. No money. That's the problem they've got. They don't have any money. It's not going to happen. Yeah, well, it's been that way a long time. Yeah, you're right, Ramsey. Y'all will be great in basketball. That's what y'all care about anyway. You're going to be great. I mean, you just beat Purdue. I mean, they were the number 1 team in the country in an exhibition. So you're going to be happy and you're going to be fine in a month. You just got to put up a few more ball games and then you can get to your basketball and you'll be happy. So it is what it is. It's priorities. Their priorities basketball. They're spent $20 million in their roster, folks. Nobody spent more than that. They're trying to win a natty. That's their goal. They want to win a natty. Can you believe Florida won a natty in basketball last year? Florida. God, Florida. And they're trying to get Ole Miss's coach. They can't leave Ole Miss alone. Cannot leave them alone. They're harassing them. It's awful. They're watching every game. They care more about Ole Miss's game than they do Florida's games. I've showed you this is who Florida is. Right here with Kiffin. Right here. That's Florida. Yeah. Yeah, you think you're going somewhere, Kiffin. That's be careful, Kiffin. Be careful what you wish for. Next thing you know, you got Kathy Bates putting a big old chunk of wood down there. You're going to be in trouble. They're out of hand. Florida's out of hand at this point. And Ole Miss needs to get a restraining order against them for stalking because it's really out of hand. Let's see. Today's debacle. Boy, no kidding. Gosh almighty. How does that – Mississippi State, you're up by 17 in the fourth quarter at home. You got the cowbells. I mean, you're wearing the cowbells out. You've got them beat. Look, you got them beat. You're wearing them out. And then what happens? It's terrible. They're heartbroken down there because they could have a good year this year. You know, they started out 4-0, playing well. They've got Texas beat to death, and then they just choke it out. And South Carolina, I'm concerned about Jackpot. Can you imagine how upset he was watching that game? The ending of that game would make anybody lose it. So I'm sure he's not happy. Oh, I mean, they had Alabama beat and just blew it. Up by 8 points with 8 or 9 minutes left. Alabama goes down and scores a touchdown, gets a 2-point conversion with 3 minutes left. Then South Carolina gets the ball. They're at midfield, fumble. And it was Lenoris, their best player, fumbles it. And then, boop, field goal. Or no, touchdown. They scored a touchdown. That was bad. Kiffin is playoff bound. Yeah, he's playoff bound. I've got to agree with you there. I think he might make it to the playoffs. They only got one loss, and they got a pretty easy schedule compared to most SEC teams. Them and Missouri had the easiest schedules this year. I think I ranked them. I think I ranked Missouri number 1, easiest schedule, and then Ole Miss was number 2. So they've kind of gone through their gauntlet pretty well. And really only Georgia's beaten, and they had Georgia beat. They were up by 9 points on them and kind of blew it. So, yeah, Boo didn't have Boo has taken some chances out there, you know. He takes some chances. He struggled a little bit. God, he's so talented. I think if he would quit all that risk-taking, I think he'd be a better player, but that's just who he is. Start possibly going to the Titans. No, I haven't read about that. I know the Titans are struggling. I don't know. Gosh. I don't know what's going on with Texas. They played some bad ball this year, but they're still got a chance to get in the playoffs. They only got 2 losses, so they're not out of it yet. A&M's got an okay schedule. It's not as easy as Missouri and Ole Miss. And A&M's, they've gotten to 8 wins. They've gotten to their 8 wins. Now, will they collapse like they've done the last several years? I don't think they will. I like their coach. They're very talented. They got a good quarterback. They just beat the crap out of LSU. Whew. Man, I'm telling you, they're so upset down there with Brian Kelly, they can't stand it. Jeez. They're not happy down there, and they're stuck with him. They're stuck with Brian Kelly. And you know how upset he gets. He likes to slam that fist down, do all that crap that he does. Oh, is this going to be our night game, Vol Girl? We finally got a night game. I think they have to give you one, so I guess that's going to be ours. That'll be great. We can do the fireworks and all that stuff. That's awesome. You got to at least get one. And our last 2 games on the road have been at 7:30. That was Kentucky and then last week. So, yeah, we shouldn't have to play Alabama at 7:30. That stunk. But it is what it is. Oh, yeah, dark mode. They'll probably go dark mode. I'd say that's right. Yeah, I bet they'll go dark mode. That'll be super fun. And that'll get the crowds very pumped. Oh, and you know what else it is? It's real close to Halloween, too. They might wear the Halloween stuff. I bet they will, which is considered dark mode, I guess. Yeah, we'll probably go with the orange and the black. It'll look good. That looks great, I think. I like all those looks, but that's me. I'm young at heart, folks. I like new uniforms. I like all those new things. I do. And I know that the players love it. It gets them fired up. They play better. Yeah, it could be a spooky Rocky Top. Very much so. DeBoer versus Elko. That's possible. Possible. Elko's a good coach. I knew when they hired him from Duke, I was like, oh, good grief, that guy's good. If their quarterback situation gets squared away, maybe, yes. Look, Alabama's not knocking everybody's heads off or anything. They're just squeaking by. They're a good team. They're winning their games, but they're not pummeling anybody. If you look at the stats, they're not whooping up on anybody. I'm telling you, they're winning. That's what they're doing. They're winning. They're getting the job done. And there's a lot to be said for that, especially in the SEC right now, because there's no clear-cut dominant force out there. I mean, is A&M a dominant force? Not really. But they're good. They're very good. How our buddy Nick out? Nick, I'd say he's probably more concerned about basketball at this point. I think he's moved on. I mean, they haven't won an SEC game in over a year, so I know he went into this thinking we're going to get whooped. And you know how much he loves our song when we do the woo. I should have put that clip in here, damn it. God. Well, I didn't have time. I was too busy watching the game. It takes time to do all that stuff. Darn it. If it was a regular video, I would. Right now, I'd put him in there. Can we just beat this stupid team? Their stupid orange colors and their stupid song and their woo, woo. Get your woo on out of here. There you go. There's Nick Roush for you. I don't know. I just don't think they'll fire him. I don't think they care enough up there to fire him. I mean, it's $37 million, folks. That's all money that can go to the basketball. And who are you going to bring in? Stoops is a good coach. He's not forgotten how to coach. NIL's killed him. Yeah, 30. Yeah, we gave up a lot of points. I'm not happy with our defense. Part of it's injuries. Perry, thank you for the $1.99. I appreciate that. Look, we were great last year on defense. This year, it's very iffy. It feels like 2022 again when we were scoring a ton of points and we would outscore teams and it looked good at the end, but we're like, God, we keep giving up so much yardage. Beamer, that was a huge loss for Beamer. Needed that win so bad, folks. You just don't even know how bad Shane Beamer needed that. He's already under a lot of pressure. They're now 1-5 in the SEC now this year. He may not make a bowl game. That was a monster loss. And they had them. They had Alabama like this and just blew it. We had that happen. Texas and Alabama. They just managed to skate by. Yeah, we need to go 10-2. We got to go 10-2. We cannot lose another game. Just a fact. Cannot lose another game. Well, we're not. He might, but see, we're not playing them this year, so he might not. Plus, we're in ear now. We're in helmet. So I don't think they can steal our signs anymore. They can try. Yeah, they're going to pay Kiffin if he'll stay. They'll pay him if they'll take him to 10 or 11 million. They'll match whatever Florida's offering. That's what they'll do. They'll match it. It's just a matter of whether I'm really to the point with NIL, as long as you've got your 20.5 and you've got some extra money for NIL, I don't know that you have to go to some big time school. I'm not sure you have to. As long as you're being supported and you've got the money you need in the transfer portal and all that, I mean, you can win at Ole Miss. I mean, he's proven it. He's almost undefeated. He had Georgia beat or he'd be undefeated. So do you really have to go to Florida to win if you're Lane? And, oh, by the way, if you go to Florida and you don't win, they're going to crucify you. They're going to wear you out. Whereas at Ole Miss, if you win 9 games and miss the playoffs, they love you. They love you. At Florida, they hate you. You missed the playoffs again. Next thing you know, you've got a Mayflower truck outside your house. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Oh, crap, my backdrop's wrong. I didn't have my Kentucky backdrop. See, that's what happens when I got to do stuff quick. I didn't change that out, but you know we're talking about Kentucky. Oh, what I got, week 9 picking the winners. And Tony, there's Tony. I'm not happy with Tony. I'm not mad at Tony. I'm just not happy with him. He left us. I'm not happy about that. That's another one that I just don't understand. I can understand Lane leaving Ole Miss a lot better than I could Tony leaving Tennessee, but it is what it is. Let's see. Last year, yeah, Ohio State spent quite a bit of money. I know there were at least $20 million. And, yeah, Texas has got to be really disappointed. Well, this is the 1 year. See, they grandfathered in a lot of money before July 31st or whenever the House settlement happened. I believe it was 31st. So there's a lot of money going to Texas players right now, a lot. And there's a lot of grandfathered in payments that next year everybody's going to try to stay within 20.5, but you can have NIL separate of that. You know, a guy like Manning, you know, that's got his eyeglasses commercial, like that's extra. That's on top of the 20.5. You don't have to count that. And there'll be some people that'll be working around those edges, as you can imagine. So we'll see how that plays out. That's why you need the right coaches. Coaches is a big deal. Look, we got to make sure Josh stays where he's at. We've got a coach that can score 56 points. I mean, darn. Found him a good quarterback, and I'm really hoping we get to keep Joey next year too. I'm not ready for him to leave. He can stay here as long as he can. Stay as long as you can. Let's see. I had to play something for y'all. Let me think here. I can't think of anything. All right, folks, I've done about 30 minutes. This is getting late. Man, these late ball games are brutal. Let me get in the comments here and make sure I didn't miss anybody. No, I didn't miss any. All right, folks, big victory. Joey got it done. I miss Nico so much I can't stand it. But we'll just have to live with Nico throwing for 400 yards and 3 touchdowns and 56 points. I guess we got to live with it. Anyway, we'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay. Woohoo!